Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP humanly possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer every week on a Friday when judging begins. This is week 244 and it's hard to believe we've been going this long, honestly. And the clues this time, and our major clue, is a beastly brawler. The individual clues then include animal instincts for our head, the outlaw for our body, a sailor's life for our legs, and veteran of war for our right ring or upper ring slot. In this video we have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 possible. Okay, this is our 100 score then, finally. It took me a while to get this to you today, I do apologize. So for 100 score, I went for the swine head, which is what you'll get gold for that. Basically, a lot of the mascot helms will work. This includes stuff like the werewolf head, which was from All Saints Wake 2017. It's also on the cash shop now. The black Inu Kabuto will work, as well as the white Inu Kabuto, which was from Heaven's Turn events from 2018, for example. The Wyvern Skin main offending will work, as far as I know, which is a vendor purchased item, but again, that's a tank item. So you'll the other options make that less likely of a thing that you'd want to go for. But yeah, the swine head will cost you 24,000 MGP. From the Gold Saucer itself, from Prize Claim 1. So that's a fairly obvious answer because it's equipable by all classes level 1 and above. So quite a good item, I think you'll agree. For the chest piece then, I went for the Gazelle Skin Corselet of Maiming. Specifically, this chest piece is from vendors, one of which is here. And there's a vendor called Muto on the main plaza here near the market board. And if you talk to them, you should be able to get what you're looking for. So what we're after is Disciple of War. And we are after Disciple of War level 68, if I remember correctly. And there we go. So we've got the Gazelle Skin Corselet of Maiming. That will give you gold rating, which is the one we're going for. The Gazelle Skin Corselet of Striking, that will also give you gold, and the Corselet of Scouting below it will give you gold this week as well. All of these will cost you 36,267 gil. So yeah, as the story goes, I actually tried to do this as healer. You'll see why in a little bit. There's a ring that locks you to a specific role, which is to do the bump on a log achievements. And it turns out that the pixie cotton robe of healing does not work, despite the fact that it looks very similar to these. So at least I've tested that for you. So the Gazelle Skin Corselet of Maiming, Striking or Scouting will work, which are vendor purchased as you saw, as well as I believe the Twin Silk Robe of Aiming will work as well. So if you wanted to go as an aiming role, then you could totally do that. But that's what we've got for gold this week. And our legs then, our final bit for the left side, the Sailor Brace. This is a very basic weaver craft. Again, this is really useful because it's equipable by all classes in the game level 1 and above, which is the main reason we would go for this. But also, the clue doesn't really give us many other options. In fact, the alternatives include, I believe, the Southern Seas trunks from the Moonfire Fair back in 2015 that you can get on the cash shop now, and the Moonfire trunks, which are actually crafted by Weaver as well, but the Sailor Brace are some of them more affordable, I think you'll agree. So yeah, and finally we have the Veteran of War ring. Now this is the thing that will set the 100 back for a lot of people. I spent a good couple of hours doing my bump on a log achievement specifically on Dragoon for this. It's only the Disciple of War and Magic ones. You can't use the Master's Ring of Carpentry, for example, or anything like that. If you've misplaced these, you need to go to a Calamity Salvager. That will be under Quest Rewards, Achievement Rewards 1, and then it will be the list there. If you want to know how to get these, essentially what you need to go and do is need to go and do one of the Bump on a Log achievements, which is to do all the hunting log for one of the roles that is applicable. For example, Lancer has one, which is what we did today, specifically so that we could use the Maiming Corselet. So you're starting to see now why you would go for whatever ring you had or could get access to and then you'd build the rest of your gear around that. This 100 is not exactly fast, it's not exactly clever, and honestly it's quite annoying. So let's move on to an 80 with dyes, and then we'll try and do an easy 80 after that. Okay, the dyes aren't very good this week either, but there are some good bits. So any weapon in the game dyed dark purple, any helm and legs in the game dyed Halatali yellow, any chest in the game gunmetal black, which is 500 Skybuilder scripts, just to reference, charcoal grey on any gloves in the game, and finally ink blue dye on any feet in the game. Now, a few of those are NPC vendor, especially the Halatali yellow and the ink blue. Those are pretty good. The dark purple is going to be specialist, so that's from retainers or the cash shop. And gunmetal black is Skybuilder scripts or Island Sanctuary, right? So bear that in mind. And the charcoal grey is also NPC vendor. So there are some good dyes there, but there's a couple of hurdles as well. With that bearing in mind, let's move on to the easiest 80 possible of the week. So when it comes to the easiest 80, then there are many ways you could probably do this by just mixing and matching some of those easy dyes and probably whatever armor piece you have from the 100 earlier that we looked at. But one of the easiest options, obviously, if you know, a low level character and you've got loads of MGP to spend to get MGP, obviously you get quite a lot more. You get 60,000 MGP plus, depending on your buffs, at the cost of 25,000 MGP, right? 24,000, I think it is actually, MGP for the swine head from the gold saucer. So purchase swine head, then dye that Halatali yellow dye, which is an NPC vendor dye, which you can get from NPC vendors such as like Nanabe in Uldar, for example. Any low-level dye vendor will sell you Halatali yellow, I believe, for 40 gil. So 24,000 MGP and 40 gil later, and you've got yourself an 80 score. Make sure you have something equipped in every single slot. You get 8 extra points for having stuff in every single slot, so obviously that's how we're getting an 80. Dye that swine head, Halatali yellow, bish bash bosh, easy peasy. But yeah, nice and easy this week, honestly. The 100 took me a long time. Again, apologies at the lateness of this video. It's a lot later in the day than I'd hoped to put this out, but at least it's here. Better late than never, right? Anyway, hopefully next week is a little bit easier. Much love. Enjoy the rest of your day. Link in the description for this theory thread where this is theorized every week for Fashion Report. Go give that some love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.